What's going on, Vigo's Court? We are back with another edition of, Road to the Final Verdict. So, definitely we are going to have Demise, a #1 seed, versus We Overslept today. And I'm joined by the lovely Counselor Shep. How are you doing, Shep?
Hey guys, how you doing today? I'm doing fantastic. Happy Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. I'm a week ahead of everyone. Happy New Year's Eve from the future, I guess, because it's New Year's now.
What?
We're having a time, okay? It's Christmas, I know, but I started saying Happy New Year's Eve, and I was like, that's not right, but we're gonna stick with it, because we're already here. I don't want to talk about it.
I almost had an internal crisis. I'm just gonna let you know.
Yeah, no. I'm letting you all know, for everyone who hates Christmas, we're skipping right past it, straight to New Year's.
Oh my gosh, like, legitimately, you actually had me scared. Like, I looked at my watch, looked at my phone, and looked at my calendar on Windows. Like, I know that it was a, like, not smart fear to have, right? That, like, I just missed it, but made me feel like I slept through a whole week, so there's that. But this matchup, right? We've got Demise and we've got We Overslept. Definitely should be a pretty good matchup. And I know definitely some of the talk of the town might be how we have seen on Twitter that Demise said they are splitting up, but they're actually staying together specifically for Vigos. And I think that we may have somebody needing to change their name. I'm pretty sure I know who this is, but yeah, I do. I'm gonna need him to change his name.
All right, well, while we get that settled, let's address some of those rumors we might have been hearing about on social media. So while it is true that Demise is going to be going their separate ways, they are going to keep a team together for the rest of the season for Vigo. So don't worry, guys, you can still cheer on for your favorite team if that happens to be Demise. There will still be somebody here for you to cheer on. So don't worry about it. Rumors are rumors. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so really excited for this matchup today. I know Demise is, even with, the things they're dealing with, they're still a pretty, tough team. I think they're still one of our top seeded teams. But We Overslept has been putting in a lot of work, so I'm really excited to see how you guys are going to do today, because I know, insider knowledge, I know you guys have been putting in a lot of really hard work.
For sure. Yeah, hopefully it can come out and really do well. And hey, do you see what I see? Your boy Q coming in with the raid. 20 people. Welcome in, Raiders. Definitely, we appreciate you. The Q-munity. Oh my gosh. If that has not been dubbed already, wait a minute. What's your boy Q doing here? Do you see your boy Q just joined in the... He joined in the party and left.
Personally. He was saying hello personally.
Wait a minute. In the pregame chat, he says Vigos is #1 and put a heart there.
Oh, we love it. We love it. If you guys aren't already, please go check out Q.
100%. I definitely think, though, Q, if you didn't already dub Q-munity, you're gonna need to pay Shep some royalties, and I think that is in order from now on. Q-munity.
It's free.
Oh, it's free? Oh, shoot. No.
It's free. Q gets this one on me.
Dang. Okay. Shep missing out on some royalties here. I mean, that was a prime opportunity.
The real payment is the friendship made along the way. Something.
The friend Shep.
The friend. No.
I love it.
Hate it.
All right.
No.
Forever, for now and forever, friend Shep.
Y'all ever been hazed live on stream?
What do you mean? Like, I can say I have a lovely friendship with my friend Shep. This is great.
Anyways, so this game today, Christmas who are we expecting to see? Who would you like to see tonight come out? Who's killing first?
We're gonna have G-Man kill first. So good old-fashioned G-Bot here. And then I'm trying to make sure I have somebody from Demise on the friends list, the good old friends list here, hopefully.
I am a fan of G-Man, so I'm excited to see how this goes.
I
And what he
am
brings
as
out.
well. Let me make sure here. Okay, looks like they may just join on me, so I'm just gonna wait and see if that happens. But yeah, let's go ahead and review the map we're going to, because of course we're going to Rancid Abattoir.
Rancid Abattoir.
Abattoir, yes. Which is of course a cold wind farm map. It is one of the smaller maps. Definitely that main building can be run pretty well by survivors. So it should be interesting to see. It is a corn map, so we'll see if we have corn blind happen, but hopefully not. Definitely these killers are going to be looking to perform well. As we know, both survivor squads have been performing pretty well thus far.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think this is going to be one where it definitely kind of comes down to the killers here, like which team has the best killers, because the survivor squads are both consistently very good.
Yep.
I had other words for that. Just brain dumped it.
That's okay. I'm okay with it. I forgive you this time because of our friendship. But for sure, we do have.
I'm crying on the inside.
Just a little bit of cry. We do have our Krampus here though for the holidays. So this is good. We do see Ultra, Midas, Super Aaron Nova, and Sleepy J all here as survivors as well. So you know we're in for a show.
It's gonna be a cracked showdown.
Oh my goodness.
Those are some tough survivors, but we've seen some pretty good showings from G-Man in the season, so.
Oh, 100%. It should be interesting to see. And on the other side, I mean, Ultra has been a pretty cracked killer as well. I expect that's who we'll see versus We Overslept. So it'll be interesting to see how We Overslept can deal with Ultra and his cracked mind games.
Ultra is, I think, consistently one of the stronger killers I've seen in the whole of Vigos. So definitely going to be a really good challenge, but I think We Overslept can handle it. You guys have been putting in a lot of work.
Oh, definitely. This is going to be it'll be the show to see where we're at for sure, though. Definitely Demise has made a lot of noise in the Dead by Daylight comp scene, being able to win several tourneys together, and of course, disbanding to make other teams and stuff. You know that wherever these players go, they're still going to cause a ripple in the comp scene for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think it was the team, it was the players, kind of thing. So wherever these guys end up, we wish them the best, whatever happens to, all the members of Demise. And I'm sure, after Vigos, this will not be the last we see of them by any means.
No, definitely not. I'm actually wondering, I think from what I heard, they're becoming deity yet again, because originally a lot of the players actually came from deity, and then it looks like that's coming back. So should be interesting to see.
Deity was definitely a little before my time, just a little. So, but that is what I've heard. And if it's the people who I've heard are going to be there, I'm terrified and, gonna have nightmares about that for a little while.
Hey, and I will go ahead and say we do also have a high five. So, are you ready?
I'm ready. No, I'm a fucking bot today. Which way do I face?
Well, Aaron Dory says, in the famous words of Shania Twain, let's go, girls. Demise versus Woe. It's gonna be a good one. So, let's get this high five going. I'm already ready. Are you ready?
Make sure my hands are warm for you. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Yep. 1, 2, 3, and that's a good old high five. And that was perfect. I felt it. The connection was right here.
The connection was there.
The connection was there.
High five from Japan all the way to America.
You know, like, just had to do my best impression of Michael Jordan from Space Jam. Just stretch my arm all the way across the sea.
all the way, all the way, all the way.
Mm-hmm.
You guys couldn't
100%.
see it, but off screen, actually, we were touching hands. There. It was very
100%.
special.
I may have like caused a couple car accidents or something just with like the arm going across a few intersections, but we won't worry about that. That's for another day, another worry. Not right now.
So I feel like it's hard for us to make predictions here, because we're both involved with We Overslept.
Yeah, I know. So I'm not speaking on who I think the killer is because I know who the killer is.
I hope it's Krampus Trapper. I was gonna say what I was saying earlier.
My goodness. All right. So, of course, let's review how G-Man can score these points here. Of course, looking for those hooks. And what's more valuable than hooks? Definitely those deaths, because our hook points are backloaded here. So we are looking for them to go ahead and cause some deaths, starve the survivors of getting those valuable escape points. If you do get the 4K, you do get 2 extra points here, of course. Progressions being worth 1 less point as well than the hooks. An entity kill, of course, would be the corresponding hook plus the progressions. A Mori, however, is only the corresponding hook. And definitely a bleed out would be equal to 0 points, as you can see on screen, with 30 total points available to our killer. For more on these rules, type !rules in the chat. And just a little bit of a load screen here, just building the intensity.
We love the anticipation, you guys. I'm very excited to see how this match goes.
Hey Shep, you think there are going to be any highlights for the shorts reel that we've had on the YouTube?
There better be. In fact, for all of you out there, I've got some homework for you. If you see anything fun, anything that you really like that stood out to you, please go ahead and clip it for me. Make my job easier. Anyway, we do see the Pyramid Head coming out. I'm actually really excited because I love watching Pyramid Head gameplay.
Oh,
and we're gonna go ahead and leave that trail of spaghetti on the ground as we go looking for our first survivor, checking out kind of a corrupt zone first. That is a totem falling, I believe, almost immediately.
Oh yeah, that was a Ruin making a very early exit on this map. Demise making quick work of it. But looks like we have found Midas, so we'll see how well this chase can go versus Midas, of course. Ooh, not getting the prediction shot there.
Quite.
Almost, but just no cigar.
It is gonna let him close some distance, however, and get right up on Midas. Ooh. Very close quarters here. Gonna go ahead and draw first blood there. Following this chase into the around the shack, G-Man cutting through the shack to try and stay on Midas here. Uh-oh.
Oh, he did get him with the spaghetti, though.
Very close. He did get him with the spaghetti. Midas able to kind of backtrack around Pyramid Head, but stepping in the spaghetti in the progress, which will mean he's going to be tormented, and G-Man will get his first down here before we see our first generator completed on Midas.
Yeah, that's definitely a very good showing so far early, even though you've lost Ruin, which does probably mean we see one gen going. I expect another one to go here very shortly. This gen right here has a little bit of progress, so somebody was here while we were in chase, but I fully expect they are going to be working on the other gens. Haven't seen another one completed, though. It's kind of surprising.
Yeah, I'm sure we will see another gen being finished here shortly, unless, of course, G-Man finds someone and pushes them away, but I do think it looks like he will kind of stick around in this area, knowing that Unhook is coming in very quickly. He's going to go back to the hook, and it looks like he's going to continue to potentially try to tunnel Midas out here.
Yeah, and I think you don't have to worry about DS as he's already tormented. So I think this is a smart call going ahead and going after Midas here. Unless, of course, he goes in a locker. Then you kind of have to respect that, you know? Like, oh, okay, you're going to go in a locker? I don't want that.
If he's going to go in the locker, might as well leave it. But we do see, there goes our second generator. A little later than I expected to see it, to be completely honest with you. But still looking pretty good for Demise here. G-Man's going to be looking to get his second down and hook here pretty shortly if he wants to maintain any sort of pressure or keep up with what's going on.
Yeah, and here I don't... Oh, got the grab, but that could force a DS.
Grab. We do see DS coming out, but that's good news for G-Man here because that means he does not have to worry about it for the rest of the game. So now it is just going through the process of trying to get a quick down on Midas here, knowing how the resources have been used. And Midas, understanding what the situation is going to go to the corner to try to buy himself some time. And we will see the cage here, which is a mechanic we've talked about quite a lot. Pyramid Head's unique mechanics allow for the denial of unhooking perks. So once Midas is removed from that cage, we will see no DS, we will see no BT. DS already being off the table, as it were.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely anytime you use that cage, you know, of course, that cage causes them to be as far away from Pyramid Head as possible. And we do see, it looks like the tunnel out trying to be completed here. Midas being smart and not getting hit with the punishment there. Probably expect him to vault this pallet here in a second. Or not. Oh, he did vault the pallet. Probably a slow vault, I would assume. Oh, no. Went into the wrong corner. Can't avoid that.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Got stuck in that corner there, which will result in a down on Midas. G-Man looking around for our flashlight holder, but I don't think Sleepy J or Super Air Nova are in the area. I don't know which one had the flashlight. But that will be a death hook in trade for the doors being finished. We will, however, see that haste icon appear in the right side, so G-Man still has a chance to potentially get a couple more hooks here.
Yeah, and I will note as well, we do see No Way Out get procced here at this door. The problem would be that we did tunnel out one survivor, not spreading those hooks out, so that's only one stack of No Way Out. It's almost gone already.
Yeah, that's going to be rather unfortunate unless we can see a really quick down here. I don't know if G-Man will be able to maintain too much pressure.
Yeah, and I mean, I would keep on with this survivor here. Looks like we are just kind of chasing still right here. They're probably going to get this other door open. Your only chance really is if you can down this survivor, you can force a 2K. But definitely the way this chase is going right now, oh man, with that distance, I think that Quentin may be able to get out of here, especially if they do break that totem, which is a possibility.
Yeah, we have seen Noah usually getting taken care of right in that clutch moment. Ooh, looking really scary, but hoping that we can get it, and we will. Thank you to No Ed. We will see that down there, and G-Man's gonna go ahead and check out what's going on with our flashlight holder.
You have to push him out. Oh God.
Oh gosh. Yep, really scary there, but it looks like G-Man will get the pick up. The flashlight save will not be completed in time, which means we will see, ooh, that's a little scary, but we will see Ultra go into the basement here, and if I'm Super Nova, I'm leaving, but I have a feeling since he isn't, Ultra might have the, okay, I was gonna say Ultra might have the deli.
Yeah, it doesn't look like here, so that is going to be a 2K, and it's a 6-stage 2K, but because of the progressions, I believe Demise is actually still going to have the lead here, and that is what we see. We see a 2-point lead for Demise, and honestly, if you're We Overslept, that's actually still a pretty good showing from your killer, not letting more than 2 out. So for sure, if these survivors can outperform their counterparts, maybe we see this really go down to the wire.
Yeah, I definitely think a 2-point lead is nothing to feel bad about. We've definitely seen bigger leads be closed before, and this is only the first game, so good job to G-Man. However, good job also to Demise for getting those generators absolutely slammed out there as well.
Oh, for sure.
Because those went real quick. Like, really quick. That was so fast.
Yeah, it was definitely, it's exactly like what you want to see. I would actually say that I feel like the gens went a little bit slower than you would normally want, especially there was no deadlock or really any slowdown. Pyramid Head didn't kick any of the gens either, so definitely want to you would think that they would have gotten the gens done a little bit faster, and if they had, I actually think that the 2K may not have happened. It may have only been a 1K because of how we were tunneling out the one survivor, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely think Noed was definitely a helpful there. Because that could have been a much different game, but G-Man was able to capitalize on the fact that he had Noed. It was looking a little scary there at the end. I really did think Ultra might have been able to get out. However, a good showing for G-Man and his Pyramid Head. So now we move into our back-to-back Demise killing rounds, and I do believe we are going to be seeing Ultra here.
Yes, we are in Ultra's lobby already, and I mean, Ultra with the mind games. These survivors better be ready to knock those gens out, and with a quickness. If those gens are not flying off the shelves with great speed, then Ultra will have a lot of opportunity to go ahead and down survivors quickly and get them on the hook, and that's gonna net them a lot of points. But who do you think they bring here? Definitely Demise. All I've got are guesses. I don't know who they're gonna bring. We Overslept's a different story.
It's really difficult to guess actually, because Ultra has shown he's skilled with a wide range of killers. He's brought out some really unconventional picks that I don't think anyone really expected to see here, and he still did a really good job with them. So I don't know. With Ultra, I have the opposite problem of not being able to guess because there are too many options.
I mean, Ultra really do be like just ultra cracked and able to play every killer, it seems, on the roster there. I feel like I see Ultra play more M1 killers though, so
yeah, I definitely do agree.
I'd have to look back at their killer uses, but we may see a Wraith, maybe a Twins. Yeah, it's I have no idea what we'll see, but the options are there.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what Ultra brings out. He's used some very inspired choices so far.
Oh yes, definitely. So it should be interesting to see. Of course, we do see, looks like the survivors are all in here trying to get set up, and they do have kind of a tall order to go ahead and do what a lot of teams haven't been able to do against Ultra, which is get the 3 out or a 4 out to go ahead and give your team the lead. A lot of times we do see only a 2 out versus Ultra, if not getting 4K'd by Ultra.
Yeah,
Ultra really has been just crazy on killer.
We Overslept is going to need to really, really fight for this one.
Oh yeah.
If they want to try to take a lead in these back-to-back survivor rounds. I'm so sorry. There is something in my eyeball. Give me like 5 seconds.
Oh, that's totally fine,
What's going on
Shep.
here?
You're totally fine. All right. So we have switched into the proper role here. Gonna let them know they are good to go. And yes, there we are. So it looks like we are about to load in the match now, so we don't have to wait too much longer to find out how this is gonna go. I think honestly this trial could tell us what we need to know or need to expect for the rest of the match, honestly.
Yeah, I definitely think this sets us up for the last 2 games.
Yeah, if we Overslept is not able to get a 2 out in this trial, I think it spells disaster for the end of the trial. I don't know. I think that would be too much of a momentum switch to, or too much momentum on the one side, because Demise has the momentum, I feel like, still to come back from. But let's review how these survivors can score points, because of course that's what they're looking to do to try to pull off this upset. And of course, those gens are very valuable, getting you 10 points of the 26 points available to survivors. But really, what you're wanting to do is, after finishing the gens, get these escapes, because of course, the third and fourth escape are worth some of the most points, most valuable points to you, and are what gets you the win. So these survivors will be looking to share the hook states a little bit and make sure that everybody can try to get out. Of course, if you have 2 or more hook states remaining, you can get an extra point there as well, as you're seeing, and that's how you get to that 26 point total for survivors. For more on these rules, use exclamation point rules in the chat. But this is really where we find out what is Woe made of versus probably the toughest killer they've faced all season.
I'm anxious.
Yeah, and this load screen's not helping, right? Like, it is staying right at 99% right here for a little bit. It really is just trying to just make us wait.
We love the suspense. Ultra's like, y'all gotta wait a second, right?
Oh, 100%. Oh yeah. Oh man, the anticipation's killing me. Oh, is it 100%? Are we almost there? Oh, the loading bar is fully complete, but we still don't have a game yet.
You forgot the loading that comes after the loading bar is full.
Oh, jeez. Come on, GPUs. Render faster. I can't take it.
GPU's killing its Ultra.
Oh, yeah, that's right. God. Well, you know, I was talking more to the computers and to the game systems.
It looks like your pleas were heard, and we will be loading into our game. And do you see who I see?
I see demo dog.
Those grubby little claws. It is a demo dog coming out to play on Rented Abattoir.
And look at the friendly corrupt all on the same side. Oh my gosh. If you're Ultra, you gotta love it.
Yeah, as far as corrupts go, this is pretty fucking friendly, and we will find our first survivor here. Should I be cursing on stream? I'm so sorry. Using that very gnarly shred to draw first blood on Maelstrom.
100%, and these add-ons we're seeing, of course, are very common on our demo dog, seeing Barbara's glasses and Blackheart there. So for sure, Ultra coming out and gonna show us what demo's made of here.
Yeah, tons of information to be had here. Maelstrom going down just before he can make it to the pallet, which will be really unfortunate. Hopefully his teammates are elsewhere, slamming out those generators.
Yeah, hopefully, and definitely they would all have to be on this side. So we do see Ultra trying to hook in the middle of the non-corrupt zone. Very smart of Ultra to do. This just shows kind of like Ultra's skill and awareness to try to get the hook where the gens that could be progressed are, to slow this game down.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are going to see some portals being placed here. A little bit of setup for later as the trial progresses. However, I'm not really thinking Ultra's going to want to leave this area. He's got a hook. He's got all of his uncorrupt gens. He's kind of sitting pretty right here until that corrupt falls.
Oh, for sure. The only gen that could be being progressed right now is the main building gen, which honestly, on this map, the main building gen is the one gen you probably feel okay giving away, especially early, because that's where the survivors can really run. G-Man looking to come take chase here. Oh, we can see they're making a play for the save, and they will get the save, but definitely at what cost? And
yeah, a little risky there.
Oh man, and we do see Maelstrom over here trying to take chase, trying to dead hard here, going down, unfortunately. Gonna go ahead and get put right back on the same hook, most likely. No DS here, so yes, gonna be put back on the same hook. We do see, looks like main building gen did get complete, but that deadlocks a gen over on the side where Maelstrom is. So corrupt being down, we can see more gens get progressed, but it'll be interesting to watch.
And with corrupt down, we will see Ultra start moving into what was once the corrupted area, making a good guess as to where someone will be. We see the reset having come in on Pandulce. However, G-Man is still injured. And we also still have an injured Maelstrom, probably not being able to get too far. Yep, still right here in this kind of jungle gym area.
Yeah, and we do see Maelstrom looks like he has traded items with Pendulce, because we see him with the med kit here, which is not what he started out with. It's not going to help him, unfortunately, as he doesn't get the time to be able to reset. And if he doesn't have DS right here, then that spells the end for Maelstrom. And that's at 4 gens. This is definitely showing Ultra strength. Getting Maelstrom out this early does not look good for We Overslept.
Absolutely, and while we have seen teams come back from having a survivor out at 4 gens, this is going to be a pretty hard-fought battle if We Overslept doesn't start getting those generators popped real quickly here.
Yeah, and definitely, I know if you were watching yesterday's games, you heard me talk about how I really generally don't like Deadlock as a perk, but Deadlock has really become pretty good here for Ultra because of the just sheer map pressure and pressure they've had on Maelstrom this whole time with the very fast chases, of course. That is one of Ultra's strengths and the reason he's just so suffocating as a killer.
Yes, Ultra has definitely exhibited a ability to end chases very quickly. And he's going to go ahead and use those portals to try to get some information here. Deadlocking this gen that he's actually going towards, which was a good guess on his part, trying to figure out where the survivors might be.
Yeah, and definitely we see Pendulce trying to have a good chase here as well, trying to bait Ultra into staying over here for an extended period of time, maybe give G-Man some time to get away from the hook. And unfortunately, getting the shred there, Pendulce now is injured and is going to have to play a little bit more careful there.
Definitely greeted that pallet just a little too much, I think. One revolution too many. But we will see as Ultra takes the time to break that pallet. Pendulce is going to try to take him further back into this corner, away from where that gen was.
For sure, and he's also taking him to where that death hook happened. So Ultra gonna have to walk a little bit further to probably find a hook. But Ultra's not too worried about that, because we can go ahead and hook next to this gen that's like almost 99 here.
And we will definitely see no pop value here. So fortunate for our survivors, maybe, but we'll see how much that buys them.
Yeah, we see another gen almost 99, and of course looks like a sprint burst from G-Man here, but I'm sorry, unfortunately the shred cares not about your sprint burst, so definitely G-Man gonna take an injury state there. Hopefully getting away, maybe trying to utilize this pallet. Unfortunately, this is a pretty weak pallet, especially versus a demo.
You don't want to play this too unsafely.
For sure. There's those mind games I was talking about from Ultra, resulting in a second hook on G-Man. Of course, we did see Pendulce with the deli, so Pendulce looking to have finished that gen over there. Looks like Ultra's trying to cut him off with where he's taking this hook, though, because we did see the crow fly off in the direction of running towards Shaq.
Yeah, Ultra definitely trying to use the hooks to put himself in an advantageous place. We do see 2 generators pop. However, with that deliverance from Pendulce, that means that we didn't have to have Ty come off a gen, which is why we saw those 2 pop there. But now it's a game of how do they get G-Man out of this situation, as well as finishing that last generator with how oppressive Ultra has been. And actually, if you'll notice, the gen that's deadlocked is the same gen that was deadlocked before. So the 2 gens that were finished did not include that generator.
Well, I'll expand on that a little bit. So they finished that second gen while the first gen was still deadlocked. So deadlock has to find a different gen to be able to deadlock. And so it actually deadlocked a different gen than the one that's the most progressed. A really smart play from these survivors to try to have their 99 gen still up and be able to be easily finished here. And we'll probably see Ultra try to pressure that, because he knows as well as we do that gen's 99 and almost ready to go.
Absolutely, and we will see those gens pop kind of in his face, really, which means our survivors are now going to have a chance to try to get a 3 out. However, it's still going to be a hard-fought battle. We do see Shred doing what Shred does and whacking Pendulce through the window.
Oh yeah, that was Ty actually. That was our Dwight here. And uh-oh, Dwight not really, maybe not using the camera as much, or maybe has a perk that he can use. Oh, getting
Very
caught on it.
unfortunate there.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, for sure. No Way Out was proc, but had 3 stacks. So definitely, we probably will see maybe a camp out to death here, but that would still be a 2K. But with the amount of hooks, as Ty is a fresh hook here, with all of the states, if this were to be a 2K right here, this still extends Demise's lead.
So it's going to be really vital for G-Bot and Pendle. So we do see them heal, and with no Noed on the table, that gives them a chance to maybe try to get Ty off that hook and out of this trial. But I think that not deadlock. I think No Way Out has only just expired.
Yeah, it did only just expire, and of course we do see Demo over here checking to see where our survivors are. Not happy just being out here. Oh, giving us a dance. Look at the Demo dance. We love Demo dance.
Demo. Beautiful. Thank you for giving us such a good show, Ultra. Hit him with the old razzle dazzle.
We love it. I mean, honestly, that could be a short right there. Just a Demo pupper dance right there. And we do see the 2 out come in, so honestly, not the worst for We Overslept. They still did get a 2 out on a amazing killer in Ultra. Unfortunately, having Ty go down does mean that G-Men, of course, didn't get the bonus point for escaping with 2 or more hook states, and Ty didn't get the bonus point either, as he had to die. Pendulce did get it though, but that does result in us seeing the 7-point difference now instead of the 2-point difference we had before.
Yeah, losing that fresh hooked survivor is pretty vital to the point difference here. So We Overslept, not a bad performance, but they're definitely going to need to be more mindful of their hook states going into this next trial if they want to be able to close that gap going into their final killer round.
Yeah, definitely. I think G-Men was the one you wanted to be found there instead of Ty. But at the same time, because Ty was found, I think is why we see Ultra not go out for blood in trying to get like the last 2 survivors. I think if G-Men was found, Ultra's now looking for a 3rd kill. So at the same time that I'm like, I wish that Ty wasn't the one found, it's probably actually okay that he was the one found.
Yeah, that was a really smart decision on Ultra's part to go ahead, get the fresh hook survivor down, and camp him out instead of going and leaving those points potentially on the table. Because even if they had managed to get Ty out with just the 1 hook state, that would have been points lost for Ultra.
Oh, for sure. And it appears that we're staying here. Ultra's going to kill for yet another match. So these survivors now possibly having an opportunity to try to run it back and see if they can perform a little bit better. Do you think, having now played against Ultra in 1 match, because I will say We Overslept hasn't actually played Ultra before, they haven't scrimmed Demise, so this is the first they've seen of Ultra in a match. Do you think that little bit of experience helps them in this next trial, or do you think we see Ultra double down?
Hopefully, if We Overslept is smart, they were taking notes during that game, since this is the first time that they've had to play against Ultra. So hopefully they were taking some notes that can help them going into this next trial. But I think Ultra has definitely got not the easier job per se, because I actually think killer is the harder task in comp, or in DBD in general. But I think as far as like player wise goes, I think Ultra is going to have an easier time of this than the We Overslept survivors will have, just because he is so experienced and is so skilled.
I would have to agree. And just for review, as we are kind of at halftime here, the map we're going to is Rancid Abattoir. So it is a Cold Wind Farm map. It is one of the smaller maps as well. So definitely a lot of M1 killers do benefit from it quite well, which makes sense that it's Demise's home, as they have a cracked M1 killer in Ultra.
Yeah,
And some of
I'm
those mind
expecting those
games,
face down.
some of those mind games with the shred, just they
Mm-hmm.
were good. They were really good. Really, really smart with the shred.
Yeah, Ultra showing us that M1 killers can still be rather powerful if you know how to use your own mind games. But I think that's like really the most important part here of any gameplay aspect is being able to read and outplay your enemy.
Oh
So
yeah.
Ultra definitely giving us a clinic on how to do that.
And we are connecting into the next match, so these survivors and the killer are good to go. And here in just a bit,
Love the quick loads.
right. We'll be reviewing some build rules here in just a moment. Oh, connecting to other players. I was worried that it was going to DC.
Disconnect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna disconnect.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one holding my breath. I was like, that's a long time.
Yeah, but luckily we do see all of our offerings. We will be loading into the game, so let's talk about stuff.
Let's talk about it. Wait, that's Shep's line. All right, so we will see yellow items and add-ons, only one of each perk and item. Duplicate BT allowed. Definitely, there are banned perks within Vigo's court, including Built to Last, Prove Thyself, Starstruck, Haunted Ground, Lethal Pursuer, Boons, and Clairvoyance. I feel like it sounds like there's more when I read them so fast like that, but there aren't actually that many banned perks. Definitely killer uses are only limited to twice a season, and survivors can only be one character per team. No four Dwights in this locker. Any violations would incur penalties. For more on these rules, type !rules in the chat.
Yeah, you could have us read it to you, but why would we want to do that? Go read them for yourselves. You guys got working eyeballs, I hope.
You know, I believe in everybody able to read all of those rules, and
I believe in everyone's reading comprehension skills. If
Yeah.
I can read them, you can read them.
yeah, they're very easy to read as our Vigo's
Big text, big
staff are just great. Oh my lord. I never
Is that who I
expected to
think
see
it is?
this.
Is that who I think it is? Cornblind Pog? It is going to be my favorite gunslinger, the Deathslinger, entering the arena as we go ahead and start looking for our first survivor.
And I think I saw him off in the distance, and I think so did Mr. Yeehaw. And he is...
Mr. Yeehaw.
Oh, Mr. Yeehaw. He's going over here. He's looking for the survivor, and he finds Maelstrom yet again. Maelstrom having bad luck here, being found first.
He absolutely just has Maelstrom's number here, but Maelstrom going to go ahead and utilize Cowtree to the best of his ability. Ultra, however, getting a really nice quick shot through the window vault on Cowtree.
Yeah.
This is a weird corrupt.
It is a weird corrupt, and oh no, there's no way Ultra has this distance. No way. No way! Oh my god!
Just a very unfortunate quick shot and down for Maelstrom, who is proven to be rather unlucky in today's game. Hopefully they can turn his luck around. This will be, however, our first hook. 5 gens with Corrupt still up.
Oh my goodness. Am I the only one still recovering from that down? Like,
It felt like Old Slinger was back for just a moment there.
Right, like I was like, there's no way the chain stays for this. The chain is going to break. No, the chain doesn't break. We get those hits. What?
These chains be strong as hell. And again, not the friendliest corrupt that we've ever seen, but Ultra is still going to make use of it. He has hooked kind of in his corrupt zone as best he can, so forcing the survivors to kind of come over this way. But we do see our weird in the middle generator pop. That's such a weird gen. Oh gosh, nice dead hard from Maelstrom to avoid that shot there. Buying himself a little bit of time, kind of playing this really unsafe pallet though, so we are going to play a little bit of pallet chicken here. And unfortunately, Maelstrom will get the pallet drop and stun, but will not be able to save himself.
Yeah, that's very sad for sure. Seeing the down again there, getting the pallet stun, but no pal hit validation.
Hopefully, Maelstrom teammates will be able to make use of this time and learn from the last game where they saw their teammate tunneled out very early to try and get as much gen pressure done as they can.
I was actually gonna note, it's been kind of interesting to see that, like, we haven't seen any DS value from WoW. Like, that's kind of interesting. You would think, as Maelstrom has been tunneled out the most here, you would think like we would have seen a DS or something by now, right?
Absolutely. I think it's very interesting that oof. Waiting to see if he got that shot, holding my breath for it. Interesting to see that they didn't decide to put DS on what might be their most vulnerable player right now, but you know, maybe hindsight is 2020. It does look like we will see the progression to death for Maelstrom here, but for the death, we Overslept managed to get 2 generators done, so not too bad. We do see that deadlock value off in the distance in this generator that we had been chasing Pandulce around before at.
Yeah, and this time we see Ty getting in chase here. Oh, your zigzags unfortunately make it so you don't get distance to that pallet. Oh no!
No!
Yes, hide.
And Ty desperately trying to make sure he doesn't get reeled into that window, using the lockers there to kind of wedge himself in and forcing Ultra to break the chain early.
Oh, that was a really smart heads-up play by Ty. Gotta love it. That's honestly, that's one for my highlight reel, Ty, for sure. Going ahead and making sure you're not getting down to there, because that was scary.
Yeah, that was definitely, I was definitely holding my breath. Another nice attempt at a shot from Ultra. Honestly, if he'd gotten that, I probably would have screamed.
Yeah, me too. Like, these hits right here. Oh!
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what's gonna hit and what's not gonna hit. I'm so scared.
G-Man definitely using hugging close to the obstacles to try and buy himself just enough time for his teammates to finish that 4th generator now. 1 gen left on the field. We do still see, however, that Ty is injured, so I would like to see a reset on him coming in soon while G-Man is buying them as much time as possible.
Yeah, we do, of course, see... Oh, geez, this is a shot. This is it. G-Man going down.
Yeah, a nice chase from G-Man, but the Slinger will get his dues and will put G-Man up on this hook. So we will be seeing our 4th hook of the game. Well, actually, our 3rd hook of the game, because that last one was a progression. So our 4th hook stayed, but our 3rd physical hook of the game.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully for these survivors, you're hoping to finish that last gen and try to go ahead and get him off the hook as fast as possible. But if you're watching, these survivors have only named 2 of the perk. Can you really shoot through that? What? Oh no!
You know, I think it's a good try. Ooh, Ultra really trying to get these very close shots here, but Dulce doing his best to just kind of keep obstacles between him and the Slinger.
Oh yeah, definitely a good job by Pendulce here. Playing dangerously now. I was gonna say playing smart, but this is dangerous.
Risky business, risky business. Trying to do his best to buy some time. Unfortunately, not gonna make that window in time to avoid being shot, so he will get the harpoon. Which is unfortunate. We do see G-Man getting unhooked in the distance, however, so hopefully they're going to reset each other and try to slam out this last generator.
Yeah, I think if we remember, though, Pendulce was the deli last time, so if Ultra's counting perks here, he may think that they didn't switch. It'll be interesting to see how he plays. He might try to camp to second.
We will see Ultra try to take up a vantage point here, deciding what his next move is going to be, and we will see him move away from the hook to check on this generator in this corner, as it has been left alone for quite some time, and we did see quite a lot of progress on it the last time we were here. Not enough progress to convince Ultra that it's worth sticking around for, though, so he will go back to the hook and maybe babysit Dulce here just a bit, knowing maybe that he did have Deliverance the last game.
I will also say it seems like this is really good job by WoW. Look at the gen spread for this final gen. Like, what choice does our Slinger really have except to... Oh, wait a minute. That's got a good amount of progress. Go ahead and kick this one. Oh, almost getting a blind. You gave away your position, actually. I don't think he even saw your scratch marks, man. But wait, was that a bait to get the deli?
I think that might have been a bait by Ty here to try to get Dulce some time to deli off of that hook before he could hit second stage.
That does result in Ty likely going down here. So unfortunately, oh, there's a grab.
Oh no! I was gonna say strong Z-wall loops, let's go, but it will result in a grab at the window. So I'm really hoping G-Man and Dulce are on that last generator, and they are. They will see that 5th gen pop. However, we will see the haste icon appear for our killer, which means no one escapes death is on the table. Let's see if that will prove true, or if Woe can maybe secure a couple of outs here.
Oh, unluckily, Cornblind there wasn't able to actually have vantage point on the survivor, but there's no pallet here, so this is really a not safe tile. Oh wait, there is a pallet. Pallet not broken.
Pallet.
Oh.
Oof.
You get these hits. You do get these hits.
Yeah, that's going to be really unfortunate. And even though that was a chain shot, Slinger's swing will always be considered an M1, so they will get the down there. And I believe that will trigger no ed for our other survivors as well.
It will, and they just triggered no way out as well. So that now they know 4 stacks of no way out, and that's not the greatest thing, knowing that you are trapped here with the Slinger, with of course as powerful as his chain shot can be, and there's a no-ed. Oh gosh, this is scary. You gotta hope to either find the totem or be really good at hiding.
Absolutely, this is definitely 4K territory for Ultra here. A very dangerous situation for our survivors, but we will see no-ed go down. The survivors seeing that no way out and going like, all right, bet we're gonna find this totem. And luckily it was close to the door where they triggered no way out, so it was kind of just waiting for them there.
Yeah, and it looks like it was Ty, our Dwight here, running in circles. Oh buddy, he's just gonna M1 you then. He says, okay, that's fine, you want to run in circles, I'm good with that. Wait a minute, G-Man's gonna die here. They're not saving him. There's a death. Hopefully they're on the door all the way. They are. Oh man, I think we're gonna see a 2 out here.
Fingers crossed. I'm like biting my nails. Hopefully this is Dulce and Ty able to get out. That was a very close shot. I was gonna say you don't want to mess around in that door area because Slinger is the one killer who will absolutely punish you for it from inside the map. But we do see a 2 out from Ty and Pandulce.
Oh my gosh, so that does result in the lead being extended by another 2 points here. It is a 9-point game. They can come back from this. I mean, honestly, I'd say a 3K, probably a 4K would be what's needed here. But yeah, if anybody remembers, actually, this is the exact thing that happened during the Wrecking Crew and Arctic Wolves match. It was a 9-point difference that resulted in us going to sudden death. So this is not over.
I was gonna say, this looks uncomfortably familiar.
Guys, this might be a late night for all of us.
Early day for me, woo! Let's go Future.
Let's go Future! I'm definitely excited for it. Definitely, we have one more match to decide this whole thing. And you know, I think it's interesting. I said that if Woe was unable to get a 2 out, then this spells disaster, right? And they've been able to get a 2 out in both of their Survivor games, keeping them in this.
Absolutely.
The matches have been so close that, like, we're talking about the difference of, like, 1 or 2 hook states being the difference between a tie game or this being a 9-point advantage for Demise.
Yeah, we Overslept definitely doing really well to kind of at least get 2 outs. Yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed with how they're doing. They're having really, really good performances. So kudos to them, and I'm excited to see how this killer game goes for them, knowing kind of what's on the table.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm nervous. I'm definitely nervous. Very good games from both teams up until this point, though. I always love seeing a good Deathslinger match. It's always a good time.
Yeah, and I think I know who the killer's going to be, but I can't just join their lobby. Ah, here we go. We have an invite.
And is this going to be Chaos killing?
No, this is
No?
Gigglehammer.
Giggle. Ooh, exciting. We haven't seen Gigglehammer, I think, kill this season yet, have we?
We have not. Gigglehammer had been moving and other things, so life events kept Gigglehammer away from killing for We Overslept. But I do actually want to make it known, Gigglehammer actually is who designed the We Overslept logo. So
It's a very visually interesting logo, but let me tell you, that thing is a bitch to format whenever I have to do the YouTube shorts. I'm like, God damn it, it won't fit.
hey, I get it. Definitely, though, Gigglehammer is a tattoo artist and a very talented one at that. So we appreciate having him here for sure. Oh, there was Ultra. I was looking for Ultra's name.
Definitely a busy man, and I'm excited to actually see him play because I have very fond memories of getting my ass kicked in the infancy of Outlaws by Giggle.
Oh yeah, Giggle's a really good killer, so for sure this should be fun to watch. And Giggle had a break from comp for a while and has come back revamped and ready to wreck, so I'm excited to see. I like that, like, you're taking a sip of your drink the same time as me. Look at us, twinning.
I was just thinking that I need a little bit of coffee.
That's not going to be twins, though. I don't think that we see twins here, but we're twinning.
We're twinning. I don't think we're gonna be seeing twins in this situation. You would know better than I would, but
you know, like maybe.
You know, maybe. Yeah, I don't know who we're gonna see here actually. Because it's been such a long time since I've seen actually Giggle play, so I don't remember what he plays. Except for Clown, but I don't think we see a Clown here.
Oh, speaking of Clown, you know we got, like, hey, and for everybody out there, actually, I've got to go ahead and say, I don't know if you guys pay attention to Dead by Daylight leaks, but you see Santa Clown here. Dead by Daylight leaks actually says that all of the things that are in the winter sale right now for cosmetics are leaving the game permanently after this, so we won't see them for a long time if they ever bring them back, right? We've seen this with a few other cosmetics as well that are like legacy. It's like, oh my gosh, I wish I had gotten that when that was available. So PSA out there, if you don't have it already, you might want to pick it up now before it's gone.
If you want to feel that good holiday spirit year-round, make sure you snatch those skins up. If we ever play in a game against each other and I see Krampus, I will immediately give up first hook, so incentive.
Wait, really?
It doesn't happen ever because no one ever graces me with a Krampus in my games. JP sucks, but I would.
I'm ready. I'm going to start playing Krampus. All right, Krampus stream coming soon.
Okay, let me just VPN in. It's fine. I got it.
Yeah, 100%. I've got my NordVPN. I can give you a code. Like, you sign up.
We'll make it work. Absolutely. Okay, so making bets as to who I would like to see here. I don't know, honestly, actually.
I see that one guy D over here saying the killer is Michael Myers. You know,
Michael,
small map. Maybe you did a little bit of Mookle here, but I don't know about that.
Scratch Mirror Pog? I don't think Scratch Mirror will help you with Corn Blind, unfortunately.
What do you mean? Aura reading out the wazoo? Let's go?
I don't know. My depth perception is absolutely terrible. Burger King Myers, yes. Give us the burger.
Give me my Whopper.
If there's anything I've learned from comp, it's to expect the unexpected. Especially when Ultra is involved. Usually not when Ultra is involved like this, but you know what? I'm just willing to accept that as the state of things.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Let's go ahead, and we're waiting for Ultra here. Looks like we've got confirmation from everything. So I'm going to switch to spectator. Looks like we are good to go. I know who it's going to be, and I want to tell you. but I
I mean,
can't.
honestly, I could have known if I paid any sort of attention to anything, so that's a me problem. But that's all right. One of us has to make some good guesses, so I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess.
I'm
Wait,
just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for this guess.
I'm gonna guess. Okay, Hunches is already out for you guys, and so is Plague. Uh, I'm gonna go with what Psychomantis is suggesting and say Spirit.
Spirit.
Mm.
I'll confirm
Complete
here in a
random.
second,
I'm
or
throwing
deny.
a dart at the board and seeing what sticks.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Definitely, let's review these penalty rules real quick. We didn't see any penalties there, which is very good. Any match with the penalty could be played out. It could be restarted, or sometimes both. Definitely, things that could cause penalties would be two of the same survivor loading in. Having a banned perk, item, or add-on would be -5 points with a possible restart. Definitely, we hope never to go to the wrong map. That would be -5 points and an auto restart. Harassing the ref, bringing players not on roster would be -10 points per offense and no restart. Definitely using an exhausted killer. That would be -10 points and an auto restart. Delaying the game, -1 point for every minute over 5 minutes. For more on these rules, use ! rules in the chat. Also, I think it's pretty safe for me to go ahead and confirm we will have a Nemi, not a Spirit.
Nemi sus. All right, you know what? I do like seeing Nemesis on the corn maps, especially after some recent Nemesis games we have seen. I'm definitely excited to see what is going to happen here. Maybe we'll get some smart zombies. Maybe Deb will be staring off into the distance, hoping for a better day. Who knows? It's always a toss-up, and I love it.
You know, I'm not gonna. Maybe I should talk shit on Deborah like the entire match, because maybe she'll show up right at the end, because that's just how Deborah and my relationship is, you know? So, yeah, Deborah, go walk into some walls in the beginning right now. Let's go.
Giggle, very quick to find his first survivor in that main building. Not going to really pick up Chase, however, as he goes on and searches for whatever else is going on the uncorrupt side of the map. Coming back to this main generator, knowing someone was here not too long ago. We're going to open up this door to try and keep up some of the pressure on this generator. We know we have progress on our survivor taking Chase into the corrupt zone.
Oof. Getting the Nemi punch. That's just so satisfying of a sound, honestly, too.
I honestly kind of hate the sound, not gonna lie. But that's just a me hang up. It's fine. I'm going to go ahead and get this pallet out of the way as our survivor takes the window vault and gets the hell out of the area, going back into our corrupt zone.
Yeah, I think that was live, honestly. Ooh, getting the
I
infection.
do think. Oof, nice tentacle whip there. Just kind of catching the edge of the hitbox for our survivor. So now we have lots of options for how we take him down here. Unless we get stuck on the wall there. That's all right. An easy recovery from our Nemesis, and he will get our first down with Corrupt still up and at 5 generators. Good pressure from Giggle, and a good first showing.
Oh, for sure. And you already know these zombies are going to be over here giving information to Giggle. Not going to have to work as hard to find where these survivors are. And we do see the first gen go, but we also see Deadlock pop up.
And we do see some info from our zombie over here. Arms up, chasing one of our survivors that was working on this generator. So that will give Giggle all the information he needs to go ahead and start chase here.
Yeah, for sure. And we do see, looks like that was a Lithe play. Ooh, trying to maybe mind gaming them into coming back around. Definitely smart play from Giggle. You got a zombie guarding the door there, so definitely chase them. Oh, Deb. They ran right by you, Deb.
Deb really tried. It's all right. Deb's having a day today. Relatable content. And Giggle is going to drop Chaser to go ahead and pick up Chase with this other survivor. I believe that is sprint burst value we are seeing to help them get to the shack, and we will see a reset on our ace.
Yeah, definitely. And this is for sure a vaccination from Ace as well. Interesting. Definitely allows for us to maybe get our tier 2 off of Ace here. Ooh, knowing the trick that if you actually crouch, you actually don't. Oh, you get punched if you vault into Nemi. But if you crouch, then that tentacle actually doesn't hit you.
There is a way to play around the hitbox. We do see a stunned zombie off in this corner, knowing that our survivor with the flashlight is somewhere nearby. So hopefully Giggle took note of that as he... Ooh, the Dead Hard! What a nicely timed Dead Hard to avoid that hit there.
Ooh.
Unable to avoid the blind, though. Very interesting, getting stuck on that wall. But it will actually be to his benefit, as Ace will come around the corner and just get slapped. Ooh, okay. Well, that was a nice try. That was actually really scary.
I was scared, actually. We are going to see a hook happen here, but interesting to see Nemi is actually still tier 1 right now. Wait a minute. Okay, I thought I saw the survivor's hat right next to the person on hook there, and I was scared. All right,
We are going...
Take out Deborah, but we're still tier 1.
Yeah, definitely. I think just resetting Deborah to try and get a more favorable spawn away from this hook for information.
Maybe she spawns with a brain this time.
Well,
Nah, she's a zombie. Probably not.
That's asking for quite a lot, but you know, we'll see what happens. And we do see both of our zombies have spawned on this side, one reacting to survivors and the other kind of just hanging out. So I think that gives us a pretty good idea of where everyone is, and we will see actually a hit on Aaron here going down to trade for the ace, but that's all right. Giggle will take that all day, and we'll just put Aaron up on the hook and then go chase after whoever this zombie is harassing here.
Oh, for sure. Keep them off those gens, Giggle. And looks like that's our Quentin, and maybe we finally get tier 2 off of Quentin here.
Fingers crossed, tier 2 would be really helpful for Giggle in this situation. Going ahead and getting the moonwalk going, and we will see that tier 2 level up here. Not what you want to see this late in the game. You would prefer to see that a little bit earlier, but you know, I guess better late than never.
Oh, for sure. I think definitely I would agree. You want to see more tier up for sure, but now you could take out those pallets a lot faster rather than what we were doing before, which does bode well for us.
Pallet now out of the way is not a resource for our survivor CPJ to use here. So he will have to take chase to the shack as our 4th generator pops. Giggle unfortunately missing that pallet there. Maybe wanting to continue to take this chase into the corner.
I mean, looks like they're willing to give up a hook here, but I will note this would be a first hook, which, yeah, you're willing to give that up because that means they still have an opportunity to get bonus points.
Definitely a better chance to give up that first hook than to potentially lose someone here. Although seeing Ace in the area makes me a little nervous for him because I do believe he's on death.
Yeah, but looks like Giggle lost Ace. Ace was actually right. Yep, there he is, right over here at this cow tree. Oh, and the last gen gets finished. Now we're giving Ace the chase that he wanted, and that's no ed value.
Yep. We will see No Way Out proc on the other side of the map, and a deliverance from Kate, actually. So that frees up this hook for Giggle to go ahead and put Ace up there and then go back after her, following that blood trail into the corn.
Yeah, and it looks like he's actually not following her. He's looking more for probably, I would assume, Ultra, as Ultra hasn't been hooked yet. Get the most hook states possible, going over to the door that was No Way Outed.
Not quite finding anyone here. Our survivors doing a good job of staying out of sight, out of mind. But the zombies will give them up, and Noah is still on the table. So this is going to be an uncomfortable situation for our survivors. And good idea for the Kate to put herself in the front, as she is already injured, so no ed will not hurt her too much if Giggles manages to catch her.
Yeah, Ultra giving his position away as well. Oh, that's your down right there.
And that'll be the down right there.
Unfortunately, this will probably spell 2 out right here. Super Aaron Nova, I'm sure, gonna follow right behind and getting out of dodge, which will mean that Demise will take home the victory, but a good showing from Giggle.
Absolutely, a very good game for Giggle. I don't know if Nemesis was the best play here with the points being how they were, but he definitely came out swinging and gave up a good fight. We will see the 2 out from Demise. I don't think we've seen anyone get more than a 2 out this entire time, have we?
No, this has been 2 out, 2 out, 2 out. These teams have been so close that we are literally talking about like the difference of very few hook states deciding the whole matchup. My goodness.
Just goes to show that it doesn't matter if you get out. If you can't get out with enough hook states remaining, it will not be enough. But also for our killers, if you get a lot of hook states but don't get any eliminations, it doesn't mean that you did too terribly. You will still get a lot of points for your team.
For sure. We do see what looks like an 8-point difference at the end. So Giggle actually did make up 1 point from that 9-point deficit. Just unfortunate, not able to go ahead and get that extra kill to possibly push them into the victory spot. But we do see Demise convicted of murder, and Midas in the chat. How you doing, bud?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing
Thanks for
well.
asking.
Yeah, you provided us a very exciting match to watch.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's the goal.
Right? Yeah. Definitely, you guys. Of course, I gotta address the elephant in the room, right? Like, you guys are splitting up to maybe join other teams and things like that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, to be fair, me, Ultra, and Sleepy J actually are all on a new team together. So this is basically just Aaron subbing for our team. But it doesn't really change a whole lot. We still all play together a bunch. We still all know what we're doing. So we still have a ton of chemistry together. We just split because we have different goals at the moment. Me, Ultra, and Jake want to scrim like a ton. And Aaron just simply doesn't have time for that right now because he's a content creator. We're still all homies. There's no hard feelings. That's why we're finishing out Vigos together.
Nice.
Glad to
Nice.
hear that you guys are not splitting on bad terms by any means, and that this is just, you know, a thing that happens when goals come into conflict with each other.
Yeah, no, we're still all good friends. There's definitely no hard feelings.
Yeah, definitely. And your chemistry showed with you guys on the field together. Of course, like there were resets coming in. You guys took chase very well, and really got those gens done pretty quickly. So for sure, excellent gameplay as we come to expect from you guys. And then of course, Ultra on Killer just cracked.
Yeah, Ultra is very good at the whole killing thing. Yeah. He probably is the best M1 killer in North America right now, so it's definitely nice having the ability to play with him. He covers for a lot of mistakes on Survivor side.
Oh, for sure. Because honestly, looking at the scores, you guys definitely did still take a victory on the Survivor side. With your 2 Survivor matches, you actually netted 1 point over the We Overslept killers. In your first match, of course, you guys scored 2 more points, taking a 2-point lead, but in the last match you guys actually took a 1-point deficit, so netting 1 point there. But definitely Ultra on Killer was able to get enough hook states with those 2Ks to go ahead and give you guys a 8-point victory here.
Yeah, in the last match we kind of knew that we just needed to get a fresh out to win, so we really weren't trying a whole lot to get more than just a fresh out. Like, we knew Ultra was fresh out, and that's why I'm just like spinning and moonwalking next to the killer, because I know that Ultra's standing all the way on the left side of the map, and as long as I keep the killer on the right side for as long as possible, it really doesn't matter.
For sure. Very, very smart play from you guys to go ahead and get the victory there. Do you guys have?
I appreciate it.
Do you guys have anything you want to say to the fans of Vigos, fans of Demise, and to your opponents?
Good game. It's fun. I don't think we have a match next week, so I won't say we'll be back next week like I usually do, but we will be back soon.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely with week 7 being split into 2 weeks. We won't see you guys next week, as we won't see Woe next week either. But definitely we'll see you after the new year, right?
Yeah, and we look forward to eventually starting to use the meta killers. For some reason, we're just kind of like holding them forever, but yeah, we definitely will use them
Saving them
eventually.
for when they count. Saving them for when they count for sure.
I was gonna say though, actually, like I really like the off-meta picks though. Like I feel like having that surprise is more exciting, if that makes sense.
Yeah, not gonna lie, we kind of like just show up to the match and whatever Ultra feels like playing, he plays. So today was, Doctor and Slinger. We talked about playing P-Head at one point because we haven't used it yet, and that's kind of like Ultra's best killer, but he just felt like he playing Slinger, so that's what he played.
Nice.
Definitely appreciate that you guys keep it fresh for us, because I think I'd be really bored if we saw a lot of the S tiers all the time. So I always look forward to Demise games because I'm usually going to be surprised very pleasantly.
Yeah, soon you'll get to see the Sleepy J Nick, or the Sleepy J Nurse, which is very dangerous. He's a West killer who has a terrible computer, and he can hit people from way further away than he should be allowed to.
Oh lord, not the ping.
Oh no. Has like war flashbacks.
War flashbacks. Flashbacks and nah, man. Well, I definitely look forward to it. Thank you for coming out, providing such an exciting match, and for sure, happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays to you guys too.
Happy holidays, yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys, this has been the end of part 1 to week 7 here, and that's all from us at the court. Thank you guys for coming out. We look forward to seeing you next week. Well, I won't see you. I won't be at the desk, but we Vigos, we look forward to seeing you.
Did you say the thing? Did you say the thing?
I did say the thing. Demise is convicted of murder. 100%.
Okay, just making sure. And don't forget, guys, week 7 has been split into 2 weeks, so we will see you guys back here next week for the remainder of our games on Wednesday and Thursday again. So if you didn't see your favorite team play this week, it is because they will be playing next week. So keep an eye on our social media. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to be updated with everything that we have going on. And to see when your favorite teams will be playing.
Also, last thing I got is Swanzo. Thank you for the raid. I know we hadn't said it yet as we were in the middle of the match and then talking about our interrogation room, but we appreciate you, fam. Thank you for that raid of 14 viewers. And definitely, guys, stick around as we will be raiding on to somebody else here, spreading the love. So definitely, if you are not subbed already, sub and get those fabulous emotes. That way you can go ahead and, show some love in the chat. Tell everybody else about Vigo's Court. Let's go ahead and grow the league because, hey, I told you guys last time, I have a goal for Vigo's Court, and I think we can get there, but we would need the support of all of you one day to have a Vigo's Court live tournament where everybody can come to some arena, everybody travel, and we all can see each other, and we have everybody at the desk. I would love that, guys. Like, help make my dreams come true.
That is the dream. That is absolutely the dream.
All right, guys.
And we see all your cute faces in real life.
Oh, 100%. And to have fans and everybody be there, then like we get to have the clips of everybody like screaming at great Deborah gameplay from Nemi. Just
strong Deb. Strong Deb.
Make that a trending hashtag. Can we do that, strong Deb? All right.
Get on Twitter because we have a Twitter, guys.
We do indeed. Add us on Twitter, 100%. But from us at the court's adjourned. See you next time, guys.
Be safe. We love you guys. Happy holidays.